Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So it's Matt here, aka Northern Outlier. Today we're going to be starting the first video in a series working on the quad. So today we're going to be doing an oil change. So make sure you like this video, subscribe down below if you haven't already, stay tuned and enjoy. So behind me is a 2009 Grizzly 700 and we're going to be doing kind of a bunch of videos on this. This is going to be the first one. Pretty basic, just doing an oil change. So we're going to jump into the materials here and then we'll get at it. Okay, so this is a pretty simple job, not a lot of materials involved, but we're just going to go over them quickly. Oil, obviously, so I'm using SAE 10W30. Always refer to your manual, make sure you get the right one. Filter cartridge, so again, you want to get the right one to make sure it fits your make and model. So we've got that. This is a washer, a crushed washer, which we'll put on the drain bolt when we replace it. So that's another part. You might be able to reuse the old one, but maybe just get a new one. 17mm socket with an extension. A filter wrench. This is a 65mm 14 flute. So we're going to use that to get the old one off and get the new one on. So, and then just some standard shop towels. So first things first, we're going to fire this up, let it run for probably a few minutes. Just let it warm up, and then it's easier to drain. So now that it's all warmed up, we're going to take our 17mm socket and we're going to undo that drain bolt and let all the oil drain out. I forgot to mention, another material I'll be using is an oil pan for this. So an oil pan or some kind of big old jug or something to catch all your oil. You'll want that underneath while it's draining. So now that all the oil's drained out, you want to go ahead and take off this one panel in order to get to the oil filter. So there's a panel just on the inner side of the wheel well here. You're just going to loosen that off and that'll just give you better access to get at the filter. So you can see the oil filter just down here, and this just gives you a little bit better access. You can come at it from this side. It's probably the closest. So now that it's all drained, you want to take your socket, pop off your 17 mil, put put on your filter wrench. The next step is to remove the oil filter, and it's going to drain a little bit more oil out of that. It's a little bit messy, so I'd probably recommend putting some cloths or shop towels. I'm using the blue shop towels to put down because some oil is going to leak out. So just you want to catch that, avoid making a mess. So. So now that you got your old filter off, you want to put on the new filter. So what you want to do is take it out of the packaging, get some fresh oil and just put it on your finger and rub it around the outer seal on that new oil filter. Once you've done that, then we're ready to go ahead and put it on. So now that we got the new oil filter in, we want to get the bolt in before we put in oil. So you want to put a new crushed washer on that bolt. Make sure the rounded part is sitting upright and the flat part is sitting against the flat side of the bolt. So now that we got the bolt back in, we're ready to put in our oil. We removed the oil filter, so we got to put in approximately 2.1 liters. Look on the side of your oil jug, you'll be able to see the marker and know approximately how much you're putting in. So now that we put in approximately 2.1 liters, you want to just put the dipstick back in, and then we're going to start it up and run it for about a minute, and then basically just let it sit for 5 minutes or so, and then we'll check the level and we'll top it up if needed. So we'll just go ahead and start that up. Okay, so now that it's sat for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, we're just checking the level. Because we're probably going to have to top it up now that it's worked its way through the system. I don't know if you can kind of see, it's almost to the bottom, kind of the minimum level, so I definitely have to top that up with some oil. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So now that you got the oil level topped up, you just want to basically make sure your panels go back in place. So put the dipstick in, put that cover on, that piece we took off on the inner fender, put that back in, bolt that in, and then it's just a matter of cleaning up and you're good to go. And that is that. That is how you do an oil change on a 2009 Grizzly 700. So hope you like this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.